Hello, welcome. Today is Thursday, the 18th of June, and we are ready and excited for a new English lesson. This week we are learning all about the sound E, and in today's lesson we will be learning some new words as well as learning how to build a sentence. Remember that the work done in this video only covers the most essential teaching elements for the day. You still need to go through the work in the pack to see activities that need to be done. Enjoy! Welcome back. Today we are learning our last two E word families. We have the first family written here, and the last little family only has one member here. Remember that all of these words are words we have started learning about this week. If you need to go back and revise any of them, you're still unsure, go back to the videos from Tuesday and from Wednesday to revise over the words. So let's look at this column here. First, I want you to look at all of the words and tell me what you notice about all of them. I can see that all of them have something in common. They all end with the same sounds. They all end with it. And it is actually the word that is hiding in all of these words. It is the it family words. So all we need to do is change the beginning sound each time to hear what our new word is. Are you ready? Repeat after me. B-it, bit. F-it, fit. H-it, hit. P-it, pit. S-it, sit. All of these words rhyme. Let's go down once more to hear the words. Bit, fit, hit, pit, and sit. These are the it word family. So go over these words again and again until you can just see the word and know what it is. Our last word for the day does not have a big family. In fact, it is just one word by itself. That's why I have written it down at the bottom. But it is a very important word, so we can't leave it out of our lesson. Now, to help you read this word better, you can find the hiding word. Can you find the word that is hiding in this word? What about if I take away the h? Now all I'm left with is. Is Mrs. Capel is at school today. So now I just add on my h. Is. My word is his. And similar to him, this is a boy word. He has his jacket on. He is sitting at his chair. It is when something belongs to a boy. It is his toy. Let's take a look closely at what these words mean. I am going to show you the word, and you will have a couple of seconds to read the word aloud. Then I will say the word for you so that you can check if you got it correct and explain what each word means. Let's go. Bit. Now this word can mean that you bite into something. I bit my piece of chicken. It can also mean something small. I want a bit of something to drink. I want a bit of water, or I want a bit of juice. It means a little bit, a small bit. Good. Still with the it family. Fit. fit. If you are fit, you are someone who exercises a lot. It can also mean I fit into my pants or I can't fit into my pants. Or when you are doing a puzzle, you fit the pieces together. Next word. The word is hit. Hit. Now, when you are playing baseball or cricket, you hit the ball with the bat. You hit the ball with the bat. Hit. Pit. Pit. Now, a pit is another word for a large hole. A large hole. We can also have a sand pit, a pit filled with sand that we play in. It's also a big hole full of sand. We also have an armpit, a body part, armpit. Last word from this family. Good, we know this word quite well by now. Sit. Sit. I sit on my chair. Now, if I took away the E and I put an A, what will my word be? Sit, take away the E, add an A. Now I have sat, which means the same thing. Today, Mrs. Capel sits at her chair. Yesterday, Mrs. Capel sat at her chair. Our last word is the one that's all by itself in its family, his. His, and we can see that is hiding inside. His, he sits at his chair. Now remember, you can go over all of these words again by rewatching the video. And if you need to remind yourself of all the words we have learned this week, go back and watch Tuesday and Wednesday's video as well. Okay, we've gotten to a very important part of the week. It is the sentence building part. Now, when it comes to sentence building, in class, we would normally have a 15-minute at least discussion about the pictures we see before even deciding on a sentence. So that is what I encourage you to do at home as well. When you see the pictures lined up, have a discussion with the child about what they are looking at. Try and match the picture to the word we have learned that goes with it. Try and get them thinking so that they can make their sentences even a little bit longer. And remember that we always have to add in extra words. For example, like a or an or the or at, and things like s at the end of a word. So you discuss those things with the child before even building the sentence. And at this stage, they just need to be able to discuss, decide on the sentence, and copy the sentence down. So for today, we are going to be looking at a sentence, and then I'm going to be extending you a little bit and adding an extra picture to the end. So let's have a discussion about the pictures on the board. Okay, you look at them now, decide what each picture could go with, which word we have learned that matches it. For example, this picture. This is a girl. Now we've got a lot of girls' names that we can call her. So there's not one correct answer. She could be Pam, she could be Meg, she could be Pat. We could even just call her she, the girl word. So there's lots of different options. So you have to choose one and decide on it. What is the girl doing? The doing word in a sentence is very important. We can see that she is seeing something. The girl sees something. It is the slanted eyes. If it was the big eyes, it would be look. So the girl is seeing something. And now we can see, what is the girl seeing? We know what this is. But do we know how to spell dog yet? No, we haven't learned the R or the D sound, but we do know another word that we can use instead. It's the word pet. So we encourage the child to use words that we have learned so far because this is going to eliminate spelling mistakes. So the girl is looking or seeing the pet. So what could our sentence be? Think of a sentence now and tell the adult that's with you. I know what I want to make my sentence. I wonder if you got the same answer as me. Remember, I said that because everyone's discussion might be different, our sentences might not be exactly the same, but they should be using similar words. So I called our girl she. So I said she was a she instead of using her name. I used the word see, and remember, I have to add my teeth sound at the end so that the sentence makes sense. I have to add in an a. You could have added in a the if you wanted. It still would have made sense. And then I called it a pet. Now, once you have written down the sentence, we always read over it to make sure that our sentence makes sense. So let's read it together. She sees a pet. Once more. She sees a pet. She sees a pet. That sentence makes sense. But now I want you to look closely at my sentence. There are two things that every sentence has to have, and we have spoken about this before. Two things that are very important is a capital letter and a full stop. Every sentence, in order for it to be correct, has to have these two things. So double check. I've put a capital letter at the beginning of the sentence. That is where our capital letter lives, at the beginning of the sentence. Now, in class, we normally have all of our charts above the board so that you can see what a capital letter, a mommy letter for the S looks like. At home, the parent can just show the child, this is the mommy letter for a S. We will learn more and more about that this year. Then the last thing, my full stop. It's not a big soccer ball, just like when we do the little E. We don't put a soccer ball on top. It's just a small dot. So capital letter, full stop. My sentence is correct. This is the extra part, the extension part that I was talking about. When we get back to school, we will be looking at 4 pictures for some of our sentences. And we don't need to worry. We do the same steps. We look at each picture, we discuss, we talk about what each picture is, and we come up with a sentence together. Now you will see my first 3 pictures are the same, so we can keep this. She sees a pet. But now I have just added on one more thing. And if you just think, the sentence actually is easy to make. So let's look at this picture. Yes, there is a couch, but what is the arrow pointing to? Something that we sit on the carpet, at school. It's another word. Good, it is the word mat. M-A-T. Can we spell it? Yes. Can we read it? Yes, it can go into our sentence. Mat. Now, what do you think the mat has to do with the sentence? She sees a pet. We can't say she sees a pet mat and just put the word there because that sentence doesn't make sense. She sees a pet mat. That doesn't make sense. But what about if the pet was at the mat? Just like we sometimes sit at the mat, maybe this pet is at the mat. So that is actually what we are going to add on to our sentence. And it's going to make the sentence longer and even more interesting to read. Wow, now my sentence is very long. Let's read it all together. She sees a pet at the mat. Once more, she sees a pet at the mat. Does my sentence make sense? Yes, so it is correct. Now, when our sentences get long like this, we mustn't worry if we run out of space, and we mustn't try and squish it onto the page either. We will just have to go to the next line to write it down. So I did my dots so that I know where my tortoise letters go, and I write my word on the next line. So this is an extension. This is pushing the child a little bit further. But if they are only at the stage of understanding 3 pictures, then that's fine. As I said, for now, they are just discussing, creating a sentence with the adults, and when we're at school with the teacher, and copying down the sentence for now. So practice the 2 sentences that have been included in the pack, and then trace over the words. Daily reading. Today is Thursday, so we are looking at day 4. It is sentence reading. Remember to read each sentence twice forwards and twice backwards before moving on to the next one. Thanks for watching. I hope that you are learning lots and lots about our new sound for the week. Remember to go look in the pack now for any activities that need to be done. See you tomorrow.